So I would like to offer you a structure for the time that we are in this lockdown situation. And structure is really very important. When we are anxious and fearful, if we don't have a structure, it makes us even more anxious. So structure is important, and I'm going to recommend what the day could look like, and notice that it is very focused on building the child's inner being, and in particular building the child's emotional resilience. And as we do that, so we will be able to tame the chemistry of the anxiety and the fear. In my recommended structure, everybody wakes up at the same time. They all get out of bed, get dressed in some of their favorite clothes, make their bed, and clean their teeth. And then they go through to a room that has been designated as the meditation room. Yes, folks, we're going to introduce meditation into the lives of ourselves and our children. Meditation is one of the most powerful ways to develop emotional resilience. So I know that some of you who are listening are seasoned meditators, others of you may be beginners, and the same goes for your children. I would recommend that you Google meditation for children, particularly looking at the appropriate age categories for your children. You will find some of the most amazing free meditation classes online. Choose those that you resonate with, and that becomes the meditation that you and your family will practice first thing in the morning. Now, if your children are new to meditation, you would need to tell them a little bit about it, why we're doing it, why it's so important, what kind of benefits they're going to get out of it, how calm they're going to feel, and how strong they're going to feel on the inside. And then I would suggest that you start just with 5 minutes for those who are new, and build it up to 7 minutes and 10 minutes. And we're not looking at a long period of time here, but it is something that needs to be done every morning by the whole family at the same time. So what I'm really suggesting is that this kind of structure that I'm going to roll out for you is non-negotiable. The family all understands exactly what's happening at what time, and fits in without any kind of argument. It is the way it is done now in our family. Following meditation, perhaps you need to go through to the kitchen, get something to drink, and it may be the time that you want to make breakfast and take the supplements. Supplements at this stage are very, very important in all of your lives in order to strengthen your immune system. So make sure that you have the correct supplements that you need that will help your children and yourself stay strong and well and away from the virus. Following breakfast, we're looking at something wonderful, and that is yoga. Again, some of you are people who practice yoga and have been doing perhaps for a long time. Some of you are not. I can tell you that there are so many parents who visit with me who during the session will say to me, "Oh, Dr. Sandy, I know I should be doing yoga. I really do. I know it's important. I should be doing meditation." Lots of "I should be doings" followed by the word "but," and usually it's just that I don't have the time. Well, now we have the time. And you do exactly the same thing. You get online. You find free yoga classes for the children of your ages, the ages of your children, and for yourself as well. Following yoga, it's let's take care of our home time. So everybody gets a chore that they're doing, and with excitement, well, I guess, but certainly taking responsibility for their role in keeping the family home clean and wonderful. If it appeals to you, I also like the idea of interchanging one-day yoga with one-day high-impact, fun, physical programs. Depends on your preferences. And okay, so what have we done? We have meditated, which calmed the nervous system and reduced the chemistry of fear and anxiety. We have practiced yoga, which is so healing for the immune system. Of course, muscles and joints and everything that you can imagine is being healed. We have eaten healthy and taken our supplements. We have done our chores. And now it's time to talk about screens. Until this time, there is no discussion about screens at all. It is not available. The remote controls or whatever it is are out of sight, out of mind, and it's clear to the children that they will not be able to use their screens until this moment in the day. Now, according to all the health professionals, there should not be more than 2 hours of screen time per day. And you're going like, what? Ooh, 2 hours, what? And I do think that it's a bit tough in these particularly challenging times. So if you want to stretch it to 2.5 hours, okay, but we really can't go longer than that, and I'll tell you why, because it's such an interesting trap that we fall into when we spend more time than that on the screens, and that is that screen time increases the stress hormones in the body and increases the inflammation in the body and the brain and causes children to go into fight, flight, and freeze, which then, of course, increases their anxiety and their fear. So this is the very last thing we need in the world. That's why it's absolutely vital that we keep that screen time down to not more than 2.5 hours. And then there's one final activity before everybody goes to bed. And, I like to do it around the dinner table as well, if it's possible. But you'll find the best time to do it, and it's really important that everyone does this together, and that is that you do a gratitude exercise. Everybody shares what they are grateful for at this moment in time. So one of the very important things is to remain in the present when we are faced with anxiety and fear about something, and instead of getting into that catastrophic thinking, we stay with the present and we identify what we are grateful for in the present. And as we are doing that, the chemistry of gratitude is just totally remarkable. The research that has been done shows the increases in oxytocin, endorphins, and serotonin, and all the good things that make us feel emotionally resilient and even joyful. So gratitude is the way in which we end the day, sharing it with each other, and truly spending time to feel it. Because if we are grateful only from the head up and we are just stating it as an intellectual statement, it's not going to change our chemistry. We need to really feel how grateful we are for whatever is happening in our present moment. So folks, I hope you're going to be able to use some or all of these suggestions. Let us just be aware of what it is you're doing and how it answers the question of reducing your child's anxiety. I know I'm going to repeat myself, but I think it bears repeating. We need to tame the anxiety by converting the chemistry of anxiety into the chemistry of emotional resilience. Emotional resilience is an antidote to anxiety.